Shame. 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 Shame.
Hello my retards and welcome back to the final segment of Magick Kool-Aid number 6. This features Burt Goldman, alright, and quantum jumping. Now I don't fucking know what quantum jumping is, but it was suggested to me that this guy is a lolcow of high proportions. So let's see what he has to say about quantum jumping and how to use it. And we can just take a quick look at his channel, okay? A lot of meditation, a lot of angels, some introductory stuff, I'm assuming, about quantum jumping. Bert's paintings, arts, yeah, he's selling some shit. So anyway, that's Mr. Burt Goldman, everyone. Seems boring, but from what I hear, he's not boring at all.
Hi, friends.
Hey, Bert.
This is a message
recorded live from the nursing home.
For you, now that you've decided to look into quantum jumping. Just a few things I'd like to clarify.
Yeah, clarify what the fuck it is.
We get a lot of people that kind of wonder, is this thing really true? Can this really help me be a success? Can it help me to change my mode of living to my dream mode? All those things that I dreamed of when I was a child that never seemed to come to be. Is it simply my attitude? Is there a trick to it? Can quantum jumping do it? Can I learn how to sing?
Yeah, we know the questions! But before we continue, I gotta say, I don't know what quantum jumping is, but I know what you're fucking doing right now. It's some motivational speaker / snake oil salesman bullcrap. You're implying that quantum jumping actually can solve all of these problems. It can make you live the dream life you always wanted. Well, Bert, my question is, if you're living the dream life you always wanted, why does nobody watch your channel? I'm not saying that I get more views or anything than Bert, but I'm just saying, I'm sure that when you envisioned these quantum jumping videos, you had this thought that it was going to take off and everybody was going to love it and everybody was going to start quantum jumping, but that clearly hasn't happened, Bert. So, did your system work out for you? That's my first question when we deal with snake oil salesmen such as yourself. Did this quantum jumping system give you everything that you wanted?
Can I learn how to be an entrepreneur? Can I have more confidence? You name it, all the positives. Can I do that with quantum jumping?
And the answer is yes.
Clarify it. First of all, the premise of quantum jumping, as you're probably aware, if you've gotten this far, the premise is that of infinity. Now, that's a word that is so difficult to define.
It's not difficult to define infinity. It means forever, eternity. It means basically everything. So from the beginning of time to the end, except there is no beginning and end because it's eternal. There we go. I wrapped up the definition of infinity in about 2 seconds. Let's see how long you can drag it out for, Bert.
That it boggles the minds of even eminent scientists and quantum physicists who are, of course, scientists. It boggles the mind because there's no end to infinity.
They are scientists.
Infinity, think of the biggest number you can think of. Number all the grains of sand on every beach on the planet. And you would be a jillionth, if there is such a word, a decillionth, there is a word like that.
Infinity is an abstract concept that we don't even know is real. For all we know, there is a beginning and end to the universe, and there may very well be an explanation for that we can't comprehend. But infinity is a theory. It's not a fact. We don't know that an infinity exists, okay? We don't know that.
Away from it. It's impossible to comprehend infinity. So the way we look at it like this. In an infinite world, whatever you can imagine is in an infinite world. That means that in one of those worlds, one of those universes, as we say, you're the king of England, you're a prince.
So what you're basically doing is running with this premise that all these parallel realities exist. But again, we don't have one shred of evidence that they do. So your quantum jumping thing remains just a theory, okay? And it's based on another theory.
You're
a theory that hasn't been proven.
You're homeless, you're a truck driver, you're a medical doctor, You're the world's greatest actor.
Bert, there's only one reality, and in this reality, you broadcast from a nursing home your kooky conspiratard theories, okay? That's the reality that you live in, Bert.
Whatever you can imagine, you are, on every end of the scale, in an infinite world. Now, many quantum physicists accept that and believe that.
No, many quantum physicists do not accept and believe that. It's simply a theory of a possibility that would explain why quarks disappear and reappear in different places. It's only a theory, and it cannot be tested, and it cannot be proven. So there are no quantum physicists who will tell you that they believe it, okay? Scientists don't believe things. They only make observations based on evidence that they have witnessed. You're lying when you say that many quantum physicists believe that. No, many crackpots believe that, all right? Many hacks, many liars, charlatans, and frauds believe that. And a whole lot of idiots, too.
The problem is, due to the laws of physics, we can't reach those other selves.
That's the problem, all right? The problem is that this cannot be proven by anyone, including yourself.
We don't deal with the world of physics in quantum jumping.
You certainly
we deal
don't.
with the world of metaphysics.
No.
Meta meaning...
You deal with the world of bullshit. I think your mind is slipping, Bert. This could be some early onset dementia. If you really think you're jumping over into other dimensions, then that's a mental problem, okay? Because you remain right here the entire time. Your body remains in this reality. And your mind, by the way, is trapped inside that body. So your mind is also remaining in this reality.
Beyond. We're in a world beyond.
What you're doing is dangerous because you are telling people to just daydream and solve their problems by fantasizing about another life rather than actually making it happen here in this reality. But you don't have much to lose, Bert. You're knocking at death's door. So it doesn't bother you to tell people to just live in this fantasy world. That's all you have left, right?
Physics. In the physical world, we can't reach our nearest star system, let's say. Nearest one is, let's say, 75 light years away.
Let's say that.
That means that if we could travel at the speed of light, which we can't, and due to the laws of physics, never will we be able to, that even traveling at the speed of light, it would take 75 years to get there.
Okay.
Which is impossible. And that's our nearest star in our galaxy. Never mind the fact that there are 200 billion other galaxies
Who cares?
out there.
Get to your point.
But in metaphysics, in the world of metaphysics, I can be there. In
the world of bullshit, I can imagine that I'm doing whatever I want. I could go visit Mars, Neptune, Pluto, and you know what the best part is? I don't even have to prove that it happened when I make the claim. That's the great thing about metaphysics.
Instant. I could be sitting on the sun with a jacket on, fanning myself.
No, you can't.
Instantly.
You can imagine you're doing that. You're not actually doing it. Your whole system of quantum jumping is just an extremely complicated way to explain daydreaming. That's all you're doing. It's not a system. You didn't discover anything. You've just put a giant layer of bullshit over the concept of fucking daydreaming.
And not be scorched by the heat in the world of metaphysics. Because mentally you can do anything, and that's the way we use.
Mentally you can imagine doing anything. You can't actually do anything. And your mistake here is in proclaiming that these mental activities that you're participating in are actually affecting the real world. The only thing they're affecting is your behavior, which, by the way, is very eccentric.
Let's say that you want to become successful in a particular philosophy.
Okay. Let's say that you want to become successful at something, okay? Just pretend that you already are. It works.
And
it's just as satisfying.
Occupation, whatever. You want to be successful, but you just don't seem to have the motivation. Mm-hmm. You don't have the confidence.
The motivation is something you have to work on. The confidence is something you have to work on. You create those things by sheer force of will. The problem with people like you, Bert, is that you let circumstance decide who you are. If you're not motivated, you blame it on something. Well, guess what? No one is motivated. You have to make yourself motivated. And you don't do that by daydreaming about having special powers where you can travel to different dimensions, all right?
You don't have the intelligence, you don't have the information, but you want to
intelligence and information are also things that you find for yourself or create for yourself. By willpower, not
now,
daydreaming.
Somewhere in this world of infinity,
somewhere.
in this universe of universes of infinity,
nowhere,
there is a you who's already been successful at that thing that you want to do.
There's really not.
And so you just visit that self. And what do you do when you visit that self? You observe that self and then you merge with him. And here's where we leave all the other philosophy.
Okay, maybe there's some truth to this idea that you should imagine yourself being the person you want to be, and you should emulate that. But you are overlaying it with this pseudo-spiritual bullshit, acting like some actual spiritual exchange has occurred, that there really is an alternate reality that you can visit to and merge with yourself. That's not real, okay? You simply need to think about how you want to act and act that way. There's no magic trick, it's not a spiritual power, and it doesn't make you special if you can do it.
The merger factor, that way you pick up the rhythm of the person that you're looking to emulate, to duplicate, to become. You bring that rhythm back with you. And when you bring the rhythm back with you, you find the motivation to go ahead.
Look, Bert merged with all these powerful alternate selves. And look at what he's doing now. He's living in this world where he's a huge star. Everyone knows what quantum jumping is. Everyone takes him seriously. All because he merged with those more powerful versions of himself in alternate realities. This guy's a superstar.
Do the thing. I myself learned how to play the piano, even though I don't really know the music. I learned how to sing. I'd never been able to sing. I'm now an artist who sells art all over the world.
It's not magic. Somebody had to learn how to play the piano in the first place, you know. It's not like the piano was always there and we had this inherent genetic reason to want to play the piano and the knowledge of how to do it embedded within ourselves. No, somebody had to start from scratch to determine how to play the piano. So just because you did the same thing, and by the way, it wasn't from scratch because you have literally observed other humans doing it before, but just because you were able to teach yourself something doesn't mean you have a magic power, and it doesn't mean you visited an alternate reality, okay?
The first painting I ever painted was when I was 78 years old. That's another thing about quantum jumping.
I hope Bert never watches this video because I don't want him to have a heart attack. Guys, do not tell Bert about this video. I don't want him to drop dead because of this. I love you, Bert, and I hope that you are currently living in the reality where you never see this video, okay? I love you, buddy. That being said, guys, I'm starting to feel a little bad picking on this old guy. But I gotta say, I had some shit to say to him. It was easy to lay in. So, I'm gonna move on. And we're going to conclude this episode of Magick Kool-Aid number 6. And make sure that you guys watch Psychic Vampires number 3. It should be up by now. And Trigger Warnings number 5. That's coming Sunday, June 6th with me, Carlos Sharp, and Kay. Alright? And I hate all of you. This is all a big joke. I believe in all of the crap that I'm making fun of. And I'll see you next time. Adios. By the way, I'm going to go drink my own pee now.